Hello everyone and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Fans horrified over Chase Chrisley's frail appearance. Is he okay? Fans are worried about Chase Chrisley after seeing him make an appearance where he looked frail and sick. He has been going through a lot recently, which has led fans to be even more worried about him and his health. However, fans think they know what could be wrong with him and why he looks the way he does. There is a lot to uncover and unfold. Is he okay? Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Chase Chrisley not involved in parents' return. Chase Chrisley has been vocal about his parents' imprisonment, pardon, and their return. However, fans have been noticing that he is not the most involved lately. The family shows up for interviews, but Chase is nowhere to be seen. When the family did a group interview, it was only Savannah, Todd, Julie, and Grayson. This left fans to wonder if they were not on good terms with Chase. However, he is still speaking highly of his parents and how they have been since the pardon, so he could just be trying to focus on himself and his career. If there is bad blood between the family, fans are unsure what it could be about. Fans horrified over his frail appearance. Is he okay? Chase Chrisley recently did an interview about his life and his parents' lives post-pardon. However, after the interview, fans were wondering what happened to Chase. He looks extremely thin and almost sick in a way. This is not looking too good. However, fans hope he is not on drugs and that there is a better explanation for this. It seems as though fans think Chase could be on drugs, or that his mental health is deteriorating. Regardless, the options as to why he looks this way are not good. Fans are worried about him and think that more people need to be checking in with him. He recently stopped drinking and put out a non-alcoholic seltzer to start off his sobriety journey. What do you think is going on with Chase? Why do you think he looks so sick? The Chrisley family has endured more than its fair share of hardship in recent years, with the incarceration of Todd and Julie Chrisley sending shockwaves through their once polished reality TV image. But while the spotlight has often shone brightest on their legal woes and Savannah's bold moves to keep the family afloat, it's a recent public sighting of Chase Chrisley that has fans deeply alarmed and talking. Once known as the charming jokester of Chrisley Knows Best, Chase has largely stayed out of the limelight since his parents' imprisonment. But when new photos emerged of him leaving a Nashville cafe this past weekend, fans were left stunned. Gaunt cheeks, sunken eyes, and an overall emaciated look sparked a wave of concern online. Social media was ablaze with shocked comments. "That's not the Chase we remember. He looks sick. Like, seriously unwell. He's lost so much weight. Is he okay? Someone check on him. He used to be so full of life. Now he looks like he's carrying the weight of the world." A disturbing transformation. Chase's appearance in the candid photos shows a man far removed from his former polished self. Clad in oversized clothing and sporting a shadowed, exhausted gaze, he walked slowly with his shoulders hunched. His skin looked pale, his once full face noticeably thinner, and his signature carefree energy gone. It wasn't long before fan theories started pouring in. Some speculated that he may be suffering from depression or battling anxiety, while others feared he might be dealing with substance abuse or even an undiagnosed medical condition. "He looks like he hasn't slept in weeks," one fan wrote on Reddit. And knowing what that family's going through, I wouldn't be surprised if it's stress eating him alive from the inside. Grieving the life they had. Those closest to the Chrisleys know that Chase has been particularly affected by his parents' prison sentences. He's made no secret of his heartbreak. During a rare podcast appearance earlier this year, he admitted, "I've lost a lot more than just time with my parents. I've lost peace of mind. I've lost friends. I've lost parts of myself who once appeared to be following in his father's entrepreneurial footsteps, seems to have pulled back from nearly all public projects. His once popular podcast, The Chase is on, hasn't released a new episode in months. Business ventures have reportedly stalled, and sources close to the family suggest he's spent more and more time isolating himself from friends and social media alike. A family falling apart? Insiders hint that the weight of the family's legal troubles may be falling squarely on the shoulders of Savannah and Chase, two young adults who never signed up to become guardians and emotional anchors overnight. Savannah has stepped up as the primary caregiver for her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe, while also attempting to rebuild a media presence and advocate for prison reform on her parents' behalf. Meanwhile, Chase has kept quieter, more reserved and withdrawn. Some suggest it's grief. Others believe it's guilt. Chase and Todd were extremely close, a family insider revealed. Chase was always Todd's little shadow. Seeing his father behind bars has been traumatic. He feels helpless, struggling behind the scenes. Another source close to the family mentioned that Chase has reportedly turned down several offers to appear on reality spin-offs or podcasts to tell his side of the story. He doesn't want to be in the spotlight right now, the source said. He said no to cameras, no to confessionals. He's just trying to survive. And yet, fans can't help but worry. In the age of social media, silence is often interpreted as a cry for help. With Savannah being vocal and public in her efforts, Chase's quiet suffering seems even more stark in contrast. Some online commenters have suggested intervention may be necessary. Where are his friends, his sister? Someone get him the help he needs. That boy's spirit is crushed. I hope he finds the strength to come back from this. Past shadows, present struggles. While Chase has never publicly admitted to dealing with mental health issues, there were rumors even before the Chrisley parents' sentencing that he was going through a tough time emotionally. His highly publicized breakup with Emmy Metters, followed by a brief reconciliation and another split, did little to calm the storm. Now, some wonder whether Chase is facing the residual effects of being raised in a high-pressure, perfection-demanding household. The Chrisleys were all about appearances. A former crew member of Chrisley Knows Best said anonymously. They smiled for the cameras, but you could feel the tension. Chase always seemed like he was trying to live up to his dad's expectations. That internalized pressure may now be manifesting in destructive ways. A plea for help, or a turning point. Whether this latest public sighting is a plea for help or simply an unfortunate low point remains unclear. What is obvious, however, is that fans still care deeply about Chase. Despite the scandal surrounding the Chrisley name, the family's fan base has remained loyal, and they want to see him heal. Some have begun circulating messages of support under the hashtag #CheckOnChase. Others are urging Savannah to address her brother's condition and use her platform to shine a light on his struggle. One fan summed it up best. This isn't about fame. This isn't about reality TV. This is about a young man who looks like he's breaking. And if someone doesn't help him soon, I'm scared we'll be reading a headline no one wants to see. What comes next? As of now, Chase has not responded publicly to the chatter surrounding his appearance, nor has the Chrisley family made an official statement. But if the outpouring of concern online is any indication, fans are hoping this moment will spark action. Whether it's a return to the spotlight on his own terms, a candid interview, or even just a message letting people know he's okay, any sign of strength or progress from Chase would go a long way in reassuring those who followed him for years.